Hello ladies and gentlemen, Pork Chopper here, and today we are doing a smaller video than usual, which I may turn into a series looking at individual in-meta cards and going over what they actually do, what heroes are great with that card, and also what heroes to use against with that card. So if you like it, then do share it and let me know what other cards you want me to look at in these short little guides. I also did an overview of the new hero today with all the details given to us, so that's already on my channel, so check it out after this video. It will be linked at the end or down below in the description. So today's video is looking at Thickblood and Blight. Thickblood is a universal card costing 4 card points, giving 12 power and 30 max mana, and of course being the unique passive Blight. On hit with an ability, apply Blight to enemies for 4 seconds. Blight reduces all healing by 40%. So first, what heroes would this card be great against? One of the newer and most annoying heroes is FaZe. With her telekinetic link, she passes her health regen to the linked hero, and when she uses an ability, this gives her even more health regen. At level 4, this would be an extra 75 health regen on top of her usual health regen for her and her linked ally for 2 seconds. So let's take a look at a late game scenario where she uses an ability. She is given back around 90 health regen for 2 seconds, so that's 180 health for both her and her linked ally. If you hit them both with an ability, when this happens they would lose 36 health regen from that 90, so instead of 180 health over 2 seconds, they would only get back 102. Another healing ability in the game is Narbash's, which would be in the same as FaZe's, but his doesn't have a duration but requires mana. At level 4, this gives him and anyone in his AoE plus 40 health regen. So over 4 seconds that would give him and anyone in his ability's range 160 health, but with Thickblood there would only be 96 health back from everyone affected by your ability. Also add on top everyone's own health regen, which would be reduced by Thickblood. It's even more effective than that. The last hero is one we don't see much of now, is Rampage and his ultimate, which lasts 12 seconds, giving him at level 4 175 regen per each second. So over that whole 12 seconds duration, that would give him 2100 health back if he doesn't reach max health, and of course not added on his normal health regen on top. So let's say if Thickblood was blocked for the whole 12 seconds, not just the standard 4, what would it do to his ultimate? Well, every second instead of 175 health regen, he would only get 105 instead. So over 4 seconds, which is the length of Blight normally, he would be gaining 420 health instead of 700, and for the whole 12 seconds instead of 2100 health, he would be getting only 1260 health. The difference there is crazy. This would have been amazing back before Rampage's recent nerf, but still, if you are against Rampage, this card is a must on the right heroes. Blight also works with lifesteal, so say the enemy has a carry dealing 500 damage and has 20 lifesteal. This means 20% of the damage the carry deals will return in health, so for every hit that will be 100 health restored to the carry. However, with Thickblood, if you trigger Blight for the next 4 seconds, that carry would only get 60 health per hit, not the whole 100. So let's say the carry does 6 hits in those 4 seconds, which is quite standard. That would be 600 health, but instead it would now only be 360 health. That is quite the difference late game, with how much 6p the carry is using on lifesteal, because 20 is a lot. Last thing is certain cards can trigger this too, any that give extra healing. I have tried to test and research, but I'm fairly confident Quentin Scales does get affected by Blight too, which gives you 225 health to yourself and allies in a close radius. So whichever of those allies get healed by Quentin Scales that you hit with your ability to trigger Blight will only get 135 health back instead of 225. Not much, but if you trigger that on 3 heroes, they all lose 90 health, which for how expensive Quentin Scales is for support to get isn't too bad at all. Another card Blight can be great for is Thermo Bond. If the other team have a tanky frontline, and this could really damage the health regen they get from any sort of hard CC, a nice counter there some don't think of. So, you're probably thinking now, even with a single hit ability, the card seems great for the cost in certain situations, but what about damage over time abilities? The card Thickblood and Blight has no mini cooldown or reset, so it can be triggered as much as possible. It won't stack on top of the 40%, but it can make the duration of 4 seconds reset with each ability hit. The perfect hero for this card is Morrigus and her Hive ability. You can throw this ability at a decent range and can hit multiple targets. The damage isn't that great, but the duration it can last for, and if they are marked, it lasts 12 seconds, so that's a whole 16 seconds of Blight on someone, as after the final ability hit, Blight still has 3 to 4 seconds left of effect, and around 12 seconds on a non-marked hero. Imagine hitting 3 enemy heroes during a team fight, no healing from Phase, Narbas or Rampage, and for cards, Quentin Scales and Thermo Bond, 2 very high meta cards, would become a lot more useless, and all this card costs is 4 card points, and you can build mana on power into it. I mean, it's so cost effective. However, Morrigus isn't the only one you could use this card with that has damage over time abilities. Gadget's Seek and Destroy Mine and Ultimate, Gideon's Ultimate and Burden, Shinbi's Line Temper, which has a good poke on it, can be up there as well, but these are just some of the heroes who have abilities that really showcase the card off. To be honest, if you're against any of those heroes I talked about in the video, or with any healing cards, this card Thickblood is a simple must for any hero that uses abilities a lot, especially from range like casters, but even some burst melee heroes like say Grut can use this card too. It's only 4 CXP with good stats, so worth your hard earned card points for sure. I hope you enjoyed this little card guide helping you understand some of the more tricky cards or debuffs in the game. If you have any suggestions or like these kind of videos, I'm happy to do more, so let me know down in the comments below please. Watch the new hero ability breakdown I did earlier as well, and I'll see you all next time.